Hello, my name is John Davidson, and these videos support our Math 160 Statistical Concepts course. Normally I'll be standing at a board doing some calculations in the next room, but the first 2 or 3 chapters I just talked through, and so I thought I would just sit here on the couch in my living room and talk through those chapters. The book we'll be using is called Statistics, the Conceptual Approach, and the authors are Iverson and Gergen. This book was written in 1997, is still in print, and it's about the only book I've found out there that really addresses what we need in this course. Now, this course was requested by Wright State University some years ago. They asked me to create a course like this, and so I ended up pretty much cloning the Wright State course, their Statistics 160. And what the difference being is that we don't do a lab component here at Southern State. This course, as I said, is requested by the nursing department of Wright State because they do their bachelor degree nursing program on campus. And so I teach this course with those needs in mind. And so the typical students we get in this course are bachelor degree nursing students, they may be pharmacy students, psychology majors, math majors, but generally, mostly it's for people who don't need to calculate statistics. They just need to be able to read it and understand it. And so that's going to be the focus of this course. Now, I do not put a lot of emphasis on computation in this course. I think there is some computation that needs to be done in order to understand it, but we're not going to be crunching a lot of numbers in this course, and we'll leave that for other statistics classes for those who would be crunching numbers. So anyway, I hope this background with all my Christmas stuff doesn't distract too much. You really don't have to watch this video. I think you could just listen to it, and as long as you're concentrating. But I would suggest in all these videos, have your book in front of you. Follow along with the book. I'll often refer to problems or particular comments in the book, and so we'll be a good idea to have that in front of you. All right, well, let's get started. And what is statistics? Well, the many people on the street would tell you their idea of statistics is just data. It's a sets of numbers, like in baseball statistics or statistics on the climate. And indeed, those are statistics as pieces of data. But statistics as a subject looks at data, analyzes it, and we figure out how to make decisions or to arrive at conclusions using statistics. Now, statistics is based upon laws of probability, and so when we decide if something is important or not, we decide that by using probability, and so there'll be numbers associated with that, which tells us, for example, how strong a conclusion would be if we were to make it. So we have a lot to do, and the first few chapters of this course really just introduce you to the language of statistics. The calculations will come along around chapter 4, and then you're going to find out that the meat of this course will be in chapters 6 and 7, and that is the midterm, which I give in this course. Will be chapters 6 and 7 primarily, and then we'll do a final exam over pretty much chapters 10 and 11. So really there are 4 chapters that form the meat of this course: 6 and 7, midterm, and the last final exam would be chapters 10 and 11. Now, it doesn't mean you should ignore the other chapters we talked about. They form a foundation, so they're important to pay attention to in order to understand those other chapters. So it will seem as if it takes a little while to really get moving in this class, and as a regular on-campus class, it takes about a week to go through these first 2 or 3 chapters, and then we start to push the pencil, so to speak, and do some calculations. All right, well, let's start in chapter 1. Now, the title of chapter 1, I should tell you this textbook, I've grown to like it, but it's quirky. And some of the titles are kind of a little bit cutesy. But we'll just work around that. There's some things this book does which are kind of strange, and I'll try to walk you around that too. But I think by and large, it's if you have the time to read it in detail, it's well worth it. You really should read the textbook. I'm never going to discourage you from that. But my job in these videos, and as it would be in class, is to go over the highlights and elaborate on the textbook and give examples and work problems. All right, so chapter 1 they call statistics randomness and regularity. And what does that mean, randomness and regularity? Well, we'll get into that. But first of all, on page 4, and these little pink or reddish pinkish boxes, I tend to gravitate toward those primarily because they're summaries of concepts that the authors give, and I'll elaborate on those, and sometimes it'll sound a bit different the way I describe it. But here on the page 4, it says statistics in the left-hand margin. Statistics is a set of concepts, rules, and methods for collecting data, analyzing data, drawing conclusions from data. So in the first half of this course, we really end up doing two things. We draw conclusions from data, that would be chapter 7, and we analyze data by making estimates of how the entire population is working, and that would be chapter 6. So anyway, this is the author's definition of what statistics means. All right, well, let's see here.